Okay, integrating objects into the background, into a photo. So we started off like this. We already have our photo chosen. So we're going to create a camera, click on the camera, and then we're going to right click on the camera and go to tracker tags, camera calibrator. All right. So now that we're in our camera calibrator, first we're on the image and we're going to upload our image that we want. So I'll go here. So which one should I do first? I'll do this one. Hmm. I guess I'll do this one. Only reason I was thinking about it is because there's no really real horizontal lines to this one, and the other one does have them. So matter of fact, I think I will choose that.
Professor Michaela said she's in the waiting room.
Oh, let me see. Okay, my bad, Michaela. Didn't see you. Um. All right. So we already have this in here. We can do this match width thing or match height or full image to get our image the way we would like. So next thing we do is we go to calibrate and we'll go to this right here, add grid. So added this grid, and this is what just imagine this is the ground plane, but it's just kind of skewed. Well, you'll see what I'm talking about. So now we have to kind of align this in a way where it makes sense, like it's a cube. Well, not a cube, but a flat plane, but it has the right perspective. So let's follow these lines right here. All right. So this is why I chose this one. So I'm going to the end of this to make it so I'm on the edge. Okay. Now, if you look at this right here, this line or these bricks follow this edge. So this is why I chose this photo. So I'll go put this, let's say, right here. So that would mean that if it's right here, then this edge should follow this, right? So let's put this down. All right, got that a little bit off. Well, you know what I'll do? I'll bring this one here. Because as long as we get this one right, the rest will be fine. All right. So right here. All right, so I'm just making sure it's like right in that corner. Because you do want it to be as perfect as possible. Okay. So now after that's there, we have to let it know what axis it's on. And the best way to like brainlessly do this is just to hold down shift and click on this edge right here. All right. So it turns red. Cool. Now I'm going to hold down shift because that's going to say, hey, this is X axis. Like this is X. Now I'm holding down shift and I'm clicking right here. And now it's saying, oh, this is Y. But we don't want this to be Y, right? So we're going to hold down shift and click it one more time to make it blue, right? So we click shift once again, click shift once again. So there's 3 click shifts, but you have to click on this one twice. So you don't want to see any green. So if it doesn't look red and blue like this, then you did it incorrectly. Okay. So now we're going to click on create background object, and it creates this background shader for us out of this from like the projection of our camera. Okay. So now I'm going to make a plane. So click on this, made a plane. Now it looks kind of weird, seeing as we set up everything. But let's get in our camera. So now we're inside of our camera, and now we're out. So what we have to do is this. Inside of our camera. We have to okay, so this is what's going on. Now look, the reason why we have this background image in there is because of this. So if we click on this, we can disable the view, and then we can look at our camera and say, oh, okay, this plane was made, but it's made in the center of the world where it's supposed to be made. But our camera, the way it was set up with our picture, is looking over this way. So all we have to do is really just put it over here. Now let's go back inside of our camera. We see it. Now let's turn on the visibility of our plane. Now if we go in here, we go like this. Basically, this plane is now aligned to our picture. So wherever it goes, it's going to be like a ground because we set it up here. So if I go like this, and wherever I place this plane, it's going to go perfectly. All right. So I don't know what kind of car that is, but let's assume it's a, I don't know. I don't know what it is, all right? I was just gonna write the car name. So let me disable this again so we're not super crazy distracted. And I'll go to, I don't know, let's go to Mo text. Press S to zoom in. I don't know what that is. So we can go to Lexus, and I don't know, maybe we can give it a little bit cooler font. Yeah, I don't even know that's right. All right, so we have this. Let's go to the caps, bevel, just to give it some flavor. NB. Okay, so we have this, and then we have our ground plane right here. So let's take this, drag this over here, middle mouse button click. Let me press S to zoom. Looks like it's a little bit off the ground, so let's raise it. Let's get back inside of our camera. Click Shift 90. Okay, so let's give it a render, right? So this is what it looks like right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this background object, this background material tag. Hold on, let me say it the right way. Just so give me right the word. Yeah, background object shader. And I'll control click, take it to the plane, right? So now it's in the plane. Let me do a little render, see what it's looking like. Okay. Now I want to give it a compositing tag so I don't see it, right? But it gets shadows. So I'll right click on it and I'll go to, let me find it, render, compositing. And then for this, I'll click on compositing background, right? Give it a render. And we see we don't see anything, right? So, you know what I want to see too if I did this? Just so I don't mess things up. I might delete this. I just never did this before. Protection, just so I don't move this. So get out of this. Take that out the way. Press S so I can see everything. Let me press S on move text. And then let me just create a light. And you can see the shader right there, right? So go here and I'll create a PBR light. Bring this here. Rotate this. Let me do this. All right. Get back in my camera. You know what? I've always rendered stuff with everything in the viewport. Really didn't think about that, how this would work. Oh, anyway, because we see what it's doing now, right? About part of it looks okay, but then the other part doesn't. Let's think about why, right? It's because of this plane. It isn't stretched all the way. So if we take this and move it like this, now let's give it a render. Now we're seeing the shadows in the other area. Now let's look at the shadows of our car and everybody else, because that's what's going to determine. Even though we could, could have picked a better photo, I guess. But that's what's going to determine the direction of the shadows. So it looks like it's coming this way. So let's get out of here and go here. Back in here. So take it over here. And then this one, I'll take it down like 50%. First, let's stretch this a little bit more. So you see the last one, right? And now you see this one because that shadow kind of like spread a little bit. Okay, getting there. Let's say I want some car paint like material. Go here, Beckman. For now, a conductor. This is a metal, which we just keep it this. All right, so just take this, put it on. Huh? Oh, tripping. Oh no, I did put it there. Huh, strange. It looks like it's not there. So let me get out. Take this light. What I'll do, I'll just make another PBR light. This one I'll tone this one down too. Okay. And also check this out, right? We can make kind of like a HDRI sort of off of this texture. It's going to be kind of fake, but it'll add a little bit more environment to this. So to do that, we need to um, we'll control click this one. We'll name it HDRI, and we'll double click on it. And we'll go here, and right now in color we have this map. But if we go to luminance, and let me, oh no, we can do this. Go to color. I think we can. I think there's a way to copy this, right? Yeah, copy shader. I'll turn this off. Go to luminance, and go to this. Paste shader. Yeah, so now this is like luminance instead of color. And then what we can do is get a sky dome and take this one and put it in the sky dome. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Now we need to do the same thing. Right click on this, go to, where's it at? Compositing. Oh, sorry, render tags, compositing. Here. No, wait, that's not it. It's seen by camera. That's the one. And then you see we have this piece right here, right? It's kind of like a shadow. So what we can do for this situation is get ourselves a cube. Press S. I'm gonna bevel these edges just because I don't know. Feels like the right thing to do. Okay. I'll do this. Now, really, I'm using a bunch of these lights just to get the lighting right. But if you have a situation like this where I'm trying to do a roof, um, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is I might be using more lights than you would need to use. But this scene is a little bit tricky just because of that roof section. So I'm gonna go here just to make it apparent. I'll turn this up. Did that turn yellow because of that? Huh, I never noticed that. The shader would change. I just want to be something obvious, right? So I want this to be like a bright light from the top. So look in here, get a render. Actually, let me turn off these lights. Mm. If you could see more shadows, it'd be a bit different. You know, I might leave this roof part off for this one for now and just do another one. So yeah, I'll do that. Let's just go in here, do a render, turn on this light, do a render, turn on this light, do a render, turn on this light, do a render. I shouldn't do anything. Okay, and this is how we put objects in our scene.